Joyful Soul Story Time.
This is a story called The Boy Who Ate Himself, an unlikely story. Written by Colin Cardwel, illustrated by Tony Lowe. Published by Random House Australia. This is the gruesomest story, the horriblest of tales. It's worse than spiders and snakes and snails. It's the scariest story upon the bookshelf. It's about the boy who ate himself. The boy's name was Harold Bartholomew Jones, whose regular diet was ice cream cones and chips, more chips and tomato sauce. Never anything green, of course. Then one day Mum said, "Enough is enough. You're going to start eating some healthy stuff." So Harry stomped off and hid under his bed. There, an idea came into his head. Harry took that idea and began to grow it. It was as big as a house. Before you know it. If he couldn't eat chips and ice cream cones, he decided to eat Harold Bartholomew Jones. Now, it's generally considered consuming oneself is not very good for the state of one's health. Yet firmly closing his bedroom door, Harold Bartholomew sat down to gnaw. Two of his fingers went down in one, rapidly followed by his fat left thumb. The rest of his hands were swallowed quite quickly. His elbows were chewy and rather prickly. After his arms, he chomped his feet, and surprisingly, tickly tasty treat. Then on to nibbling knobbly knees. He swallowed the rest of his legs with ease. An enormous gulp, and his bottom had vanished. Harold Bartholomew was still feeling famished. Well, licking his belly button did feel odd, and his chest, it tasted like battered cod. His ears and his nose slid down quickly, and then he swallowed the whole of his frown. He ate his brain from the inside out, then couldn't remember what this was about. His mouth was all that was left behind on his bedroom floor for his mum to find. That mouth would never have to eat greens or carrots, tomatoes or borlotti beans. Then Harry woke up with a bit of a start. He had sweaty hands and a thumping heart. He counted his fingers, he counted his toes, and made sure he had 2 ears and a nose. The thought of his dream made Harry feel queasy. Compared to his knees, eating cabbage was easy. Perhaps it's time for a healthy diet. I mean, you never know, unless you try it. Now, Harry eats broccoli, carrots and beans, cabbage and lettuce and aubergines. He loves celery sticks and asparagus and devours zucchinis without a fuss. Harry grows fitter and stronger too, without any ice cream and chips to chew. And so very happy is Harry's mum when he refuses to eat even a biscuit crumb. Although sometimes for a special treat, he'll bend over and nibble his feet. The end.